The names of women are often missing from our history books, and it can be even worse for the history of Christianity. What about the Seventh-day Adventist Church? You know names of early Adventist leaders like Joseph Bates, John Nevins Andrews, Hiram Edson, James White, and Ellen White. But surely Ellen White wasn't the only woman involved in the beginnings of the Seventh-day Adventist movement. Was she? During the pivotal early years of the Adventist Church's founding and growth, what were women up to? Well, it turns out a lot.
I think all Adventists should know that their story and their heritage comes from a lot of people. There weren't just a few personalities from a few perspectives creating Adventism.
There's so many cool people in history that we just don't know about.
When I was reading Christian history, I didn't initially see a lot of women's stories. I was very curious. What did the women do?
It appears that women are much more important in the history of the Christian church than is usually been shown in history books.
When you look at the traditional Chinese religious landscape, I think women actually play a very important role in some of this non-institutional or semi-institutional religious life.
Women traditionally build communities. This is how we build relationships. We make space for people to be at home.
God called a 16-year-old girl in 1840s America. God calls this young girl to share a message that will change the world. And he did it at a time when women couldn't vote everywhere, women couldn't own property, women couldn't have their own bank accounts. And I just think about the fact Ellen White died before all of this was nationally possible for women, but God called her anyway.
I really like that the Adventist story is full of women's stories because it's my story too.
It is important that we see and hear about people like us in order to get the vision of what God might be calling us to.
Join me, Heidi Olson Campbell, as we explore the untold stories, the unvisited tombs of women in Adventist history. Subscribe now wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss our first episode.